Hello, hello. So today I will review or react to a Shark Tank episode, Enso Rings. Um, we need to first take in consideration that these episodes or these pitches take usually longer than an hour or an hour and a half on the actual Shark Tank pitch. But then they are, of course, edited, shortened, dramatized um, to appeal to the viewers at home. But keep in consideration that not everything that we hear on the Shark Tank is reflective of what's happening in reality with these entrepreneurs. Also, would like to mention that many of the deals done on Shark Tank do not um, do not end up uh, being finalized. The shark obviously have the right to later on cancel the deal or just not fulfill their part of the agreement. Anyhow, the entrepreneurs will still, of course, get the attention and the free advertising that comes with the uh, with the Shark Tank broadcasting. So, without further ado, let's start with this episode, specifically the section related to Enso Rings.
Brighton Jones. And I'm Aaron Dalley. We're from Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're the founders of Enso Rings. We're seeking $500,000 in exchange for 7.5% of our product.
$500,000 for 7.5%.
It's disrupting the jewelry industry. Sharks, do you know what this is? If you're thinking wedding ring, you're wrong. It's an FAD, a finger amputation device. It might sound crazy, but it's true. Yeah. Whether you're at the gym, on the job, or simply unloading your car, at any moment your ring could catch on something and severely damage your finger, or even rip it right off. It's called ring avulsion, and it happens to over 150,000 people per year. Enso rings are made of a proprietary silicone that's engineered to take a beating and adapt to your active lifestyle. And most importantly, they're designed to break away when caught on something. In short, Enso rings are the most stylish, safe alternative to metal rings and wedding bands. Sharks, this is a standard metal band, just like the ones you're wearing right now. And this is award-winning professional bodybuilder Garrett Coelho.
That, my dear, is a man.
Barbara.
So we lost Barbara. This is a great way to grab the attention of the judges, but also the attention of the viewers at home. So here the guys pulled out a great marketing tactic. The viewers at home will be, especially the ladies. Now we remember Enzo Rings because of the mostly guys that are presenting this demonstration.
Stay in your seat. His biceps represent over 500 pounds of pulling force, which is more than enough to tear your finger right off. Garrett, what do you say we show them what happens when their ring gets caught on something? Pull! Oh! Wow.
Oh my God.
Now, let's try that again with a real finger on a human hand and an Enso ring. And let's up the stakes this time and triple the pulling power. Luke, Darnell, come on
Oh
out!
God. Now what about this, Lori?
And please, whatever you do not try this at home. All right, you guys ready? In 3.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's visible to you guys, but if you pay attention, you can see that this ring is too elastic. Once they hooked it up, the weight of the rope is already pulling it down and showing that it's actually more like a rubber ring rather than a solid form of a ring. So basically, these are silicone rings. Like in a way, like the toy rings we used to buy or get in the chocolate or sweet packages when we were kids, but let's say more elegant.
2, 1, pull! Oh, yes. And that's the power of an Enso ring. So it just broke. It just came apart. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it now.
I don't believe it. Let's do it again.
We probably need to dismiss these guys. So we'll stop staring at their biceps and listen to the rest of our presentation. So,
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
all right, Sharks. We brought samples for each of you. Robert? Here we go, Robert. So what you're looking at is a specially curated selection of our rings. You have different options.
Thank you.
The ones on your right are loose rings that we took a guess at your sizes so you can try those on. Most people tell us that 30 seconds after they
Just, just to make the idea stick a little bit, these are silicone rings. There's no patents to protect them. They are not the only producers of such rings. There's a lot of such rings in on the market. So um, if the shark would like to invest in such a company, they would be investing in the company itself, not specifically the product and its potential of conquering markets, but rather in the company and the potential of the company to succeed. It's like investing in a for example, burger restaurant, which basically burger restaurants are not patented, or you have a lot of competition. But if a certain burger restaurant is successful, you might be interested in investing in such a burger restaurant. In comparison to products that are patented, like for example, the iPad when it was launched, the iPod, all these products, they were patented. So Apple had first mover advantage one, and then they had the patent protection, etc., etc. So there's two different ways of investing in this specific case, and two different reasons of investing here in what I mentioned. In this specific case, they would not be investing in the product itself, but rather in the company.
put it on, they forget that it's even there. It's
They're all
that comfortable.
plastic.
They're made of silicone. A silicone rubber.
Okay, so in America, how many people do you think get up in the morning and say, wow, I hope my finger doesn't get ripped off when I catch my ring in a rope pulled by a guy from Mount Zeus?
Zero. But that's a problem.
That
you
is a
don't
big
have
problem.
it when you need it.
How do you get anybody even interested in understanding why they need an Enso ring?
150,000 people in the U.S. alone per year have a ring avulsion
And
accident.
that's your opening marketing.
But how many of those people
But
get their
not
fingers ripped
anymore.
off versus pulled?
I don't think their statistics are accurate. Or at least I don't think the statistic is accurate due to the ring themselves. I also in the gym once had a problem with the finger. With my finger, I put my finger in one of these, or trying to release an element from a gym machine, and I did have a problem with my finger for 6 months after being to therapist and all. Eventually, the pain subsided and the issue was resolved. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, finger accidents happen, but I don't think in this the specific statistics they provided is directly linked to the rings themselves.
Strain.
You guys might have seen Jimmy Fallon's. It took him off the air for 2 weeks. He was walking in his kitchen, tripped on the rug, ring gets caught on the countertop, and nearly tears the finger off.
Wow.
If you have an active lifestyle, you're constantly taking your ring off, putting it on. And we haven't even talked about all the applications. These are really popular among nurses. They match their scrubs. We're talking about firefighters, electricians, physicians, the military. They can't wear metal rings.
Tell us about you, how you came to do this.
Sure. Brighton and I, we've been friends pretty much our whole lives, and we've always wanted to start a business together. A few years ago, I had a rock climbing accident. I fell, and on the way down, my wedding ring got caught on the rock. And there was that split
Why
second.
would you even wear a wedding ring while you're climbing?
It's not something you think about. You don't wake up in the
I
morning and
always
say,
take my ring off.
finger's
I'm
gonna
working
get
out,
caught.
playing basketball.
Not everybody does, though. Some people just forget about it, don't think about it.
What do you actually sell one ring for?
Anywhere from $11.99 to $39.99.
And what does it cost you to make it?
It ranges from 70 cents up to $4.
Wow.
$11.99 to $39.99 means between 12 and $40, and they make it. It costs them 7 cents or something like this to $4. Means the what's called the potential. I forgot the term. Anyway, the markup is huge. It's huge. It's multiple times. It annoys me. It annoys me to see when the product is simple and the markup is so huge. Because once the client or once the customer knows this information, they feel scammed in a way. And here, these guys are going on national TV and presenting this information. Of course, because they are trying to get the money from the sharks, but at the same time, the brand will get a hit here. Okay, I understand a lot of products cost in pennies to create. But when a product is simple and it costs penny, and then you sell it for a big amount, not a great approach to entrepreneurship, or at least it's good hustle, I'll say. Uh, Great for making money, but for the brand itself, it's not great. And also, furthermore, never ever put this information out. You are putting it out on national TV, which is very bad in this situation.
I'm gonna guess you guys have a ton of sales.
Actually, in the past 18 months, we've done 3.8 million in sales.
Whoa!
Unbelievable.
I knew it.
This year, we're projected to do a little over 5 million.
What? So on the $11.99 ring, this one I guess,
Correct.
it cost you 70 cents.
Correct.
I love this.
And you sell this one for a man, which is the largest
Sorry, 70 cents. It's not 7 cents.
for how much?
$39.99.
How
$39.
much does that one cost?
That one costs anywhere from $2 to $4.
Why would that cost $4?
We wanted to get a band that looked like a metal ring. Everything out there we thought looked cheap. We use actual gold in the gold ring, so it gets
So
a
it
good.
has elements of flecks of gold in it?
It does.
Wow. I respect sales. Doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the market thinks. And
Exactly. So Mr. Wonderful respects sales. That's basically entrepreneurship. You need to sell. I'm not saying it's bad to make such a huge profit on each product you create. I myself prefer complex products. If I do make huge sales on the huge margins on them, good for me. But they are complex. They are not like simple products, as for example the product you can see on this video below. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, so basically, Mr. Wonderful, he's right. He respects sales, and these guys are making tons of sales. They are paying a lot of money for marketing, but it's paying off. I'll expand on this in a few seconds.
I'm very impressed. Where are you selling them?
It's all through the .com and marketplaces.
So it's all online.
It's been an amazing social media push.
Your real expense is customer acquisition because you're
Sure.
selling online, right?
Sure.
And it's a fear sale. So you're scaring the hell out of people to cause them to buy something. So this last month, what were your sales? What did you spend on marketing?
Yeah, last month, best month ever, $460,000 in sales last month.
Okay.
We spent about 40% on average.
You guys will spend $2 million plus in advertising and marketing.
Sure.
You guys are a marketing company that just found a product.
40% on marketing. So this is a point I would like to emphasize. Often we stumble on many products on social media or different platforms or different sites being advertised, product that you don't really want, use, or probably you would use once, twice. So these products have the same approach to marketing. They advertise a lot. They put a huge markup, and then they sell. They sell because they are advertising. They sell because statistically, once you advertise to 100%, you'll definitely find one or two that are willing to buy your product. So basically, any product you can sell it online. It's not about that. It's not that it's difficult to sell a product online. However, you will need to manage to find the right pricing. Of course, I imagine these guys didn't start selling their products at these um, high prices. They probably started selling the products for like $2-3 or $5 tops. But when they started advertising, they realized that the cost of advertising is such, so they started increasing the price, obviously, and they reached this amount. Let's say 40% goes to marketing, which made sense for them. So this is okay because they raised the price of the product itself. So as Mark Cuban said, they might be a marketing company rather than a ring company. I also want to point out that the fear tactic they are using, it makes no sense. People will not buy the rings, plastic rings or silicone rings for what they are actually the way they are promoting it. People will not buy a ring, plastic ring, silicone ring, just because they are afraid that they will have an accident. So their entire approach is wrong. Fear tactic is wrong. It's not working. People are not buying them for this reason. They are buying these rings for fashion. It's a fashion statement, fashion, whatever. It's fashion related. It's not related to the fear tactics that or the fear of having an accident. I think they understood their market wrong. But nonetheless, they are selling, which is good. So let's carry on.
That's not a bad thing. You're obviously good at it. But I just scaring the hell out of people that their finger might get yanked off. I just don't see that as a long-term business. So for those reasons, I'm out.
This fear-based aspect is what we started with because that's what we understood. But our largest market right now, it's about it being a jewelry trend.
Here's the thing. I'm familiar with silicone.
Here we go. He just mentioned it. Jewelry trend. This is the highest amount of sales are going in this direction. Jewelry trend. No one, let's be honest, no one will remove his metallic ring, engagement ring, marriage ring, whatever kind of ring that means something to the person will not be removed. He will not remove it, or she will not remove it to replace it with a silicone ring in order to do a specific action, task, play, jump, play football, basketball, soccer, climb mountains, or whatever. They will not remove them and then put the plastic or silicone ring, and then when they are done, replace again. This is a process that will not happen basically. If they want to remove the rings, they're gonna remove them and then put them back when they finish. It's not a swiping issue. So this entire idea of, hey, we'll swipe, then we'll put it back, no, not gonna happen. Maybe what they mentioned concerning firefighters, nurses, etc., where these professions where you are not allowed to have a metallic ring, it might make sense, but is it a big market, such a big market? I don't think so. It's simply the idea, the entire success of this product or this company is due to the fact that it's a fashion trend, and of course they are putting enough money in advertising, marketing.
Because I make a lot of products in silicone. There's just tons of these out there. So I'm not taking away that you don't have great sales, because you do have great sales. But as an investor, when I look at something, I look at what's out there, and then I think about what's going to be the likelihood of making my return on my investment. While you might be great and your sales are great, I think it's a little dicey because there's so much competition.
Our model,
for those reasons, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm out.
Thanks, sorry.
I find your messaging is mixed up. I'm not sure it's a message save your finger or this is a fashion statement, and trying to relay both of those. And even in your packaging, I don't see that messaging. So I don't find the clarity that's going to hook in the customer that you want. So,
As I said, absolutely not save your finger. Absolutely not. No one is buying it for this. It's a fashion statement. It's a fashion trend, and that's it. That's it. They just need to realize this and move forward with their messaging. They are making good money. They can carry on making good money. They don't need to present an idea of, hey, we are saving your finger. You're saving no one's fingers. I'm not even sure anyone's finger will be saved with these rings. It's just a fashion statement, fashion trend. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. Also, people like fashion. As simple as that.
with your great presentation skills, I say think of your next business as fast as you can.
You didn't like the presentation. I said this. It's probably they made a really good decision with this presentation, because they grabbed the attention of the two lady judges here, but also the attention of all the ladies voting, and maybe some men as well.
I like to think, probably arrogantly, that I understand a little bit about every business. There's been a couple of times in that season people come out and I'm sitting here and I'm going, I have no clue why people are buying this. That was Tipsy Elves and it was SandCloud. Tipsy Elves was $72 million this year.
Wow.
What I learned in investing in those guys is there was a message behind their product. Even they didn't understand at the time. So sometimes your consumers tell you and create the message. Barb is dead on. Your message is very confusing, but $5 million for the customers can't be wrong. So I'll make you an offer.
You are kidding.
Robert,
You're really losing
these guys
that
are great.
price.
I love these guys. I'll give you the 500,000 for 20%. It's a pure flyer form.
Your offer is 500K,
My offer.
20%.
Thank you, Kevin. I can't speak for myself.
Okay, because I too have
500,000.
I too have an offer that you should
Kevin,
take.
I can't speak for
I find you
myself.
exceedingly greedy. Let me give you an alternative. When you walk in here, you pitched us on this $6+ million valuation. I was going to give you the finger, but now I'm wearing your ring and I'm feeling the love. I really like it. To me, the opportunity here is to leverage that platform. We call the Something Wonderful platform to reduce customer acquisition costs. And I've got millions of customers. I'm going to give you the $500,000.
I'm not sure, Mr. Wonderful's platform is the adequate platform for such a product. Lori's platform most probably is more adequate than Mr. Wonderful, I'll say.
As a loan. And because
But Lori is out, if I'm not mistaken.
you can afford it, you're going to pay me $2 per order until I make back 1.5 million, then it goes away. And I want 5% equity to be your banker and the person that provides you help in customer acquisition.
I would consider a counter.
Okay, thank you very much. So you see something in it.
There's something here for sure.
I'd feel a lot better if one of you knew what the something was.
I'm okay with it. I mean, if you're going to stand there and say we're only rings, there's no business.
No, I like that. Thank
Yeah, great point. Given that they are already silicone rings, they can expand obviously to bracelets, which is probably a even bigger market. But as mentioned by Lori, there's a lot of competition for both these products. Bracelet rings, I think there's less competition than the bracelets, but still, if we are talking about fashion statements, they can expand to bracelets and I don't know, other stuff maybe. I don't know what they can come up with. Neck bracelets, who knows?
you. Would you be willing to do 10%?
No.
Well, let's talk about the evaluation. I guess where are we coming up short with the numbers we gave you? How
Are
can
you
we
kidding?
influence
The risk
those?
is huge.
It's just a risk comfort thing. But here's what I will do. I'll split the difference between 10 and 20. I'll do it at 15.
You guys should grab that money and run. My
You
God.
guys are crazy to take that. If you believe what you said, you're
15% for $500,000. Not bad.
crazy to take it.
Oh, yeah. 12 and a half.
No, I'm going to stick at 15.
Okay. The last thing would be, do you guys have interest in something together? Because the wedding platform is big for us. Not
course
just
it
the
is.
engagement.
Absolutely freaking not. No one will put these silicone rings on their finger on a wedding or a wedding replacement. No, these guys messaging, they don't understand their customer base. Let's be honest. These sharks have been telling them that it's all about the fashion statement, and so far they are still talking about markets that will never be theirs, basically.
Side, but then also
Do
we
you
get people buying
understand?
for like their
Are you
bridesmaids.
thinking through my offer? It costs you a lot less if you're actually going to be successful because it goes away.
Do agree. Mr. Wonderful offer is a better offer if you believe in your own company. But these guys do understand that they are selling a product with a lot of competition. So they prefer to take the money and give equity instead of taking the money and having to return the money.
After basically 30 months. I've already done the math.
I don't want to play with Kevin.
I think access to the platform's worth something, but also if you really think through my offer, it costs you a lot less if you believe you're going to be
You
successful.
guys are going to figure it out. 500,000, 15%.
Maybe they're smart guys.
They're smart guys, no doubt.
They're definitely smart guys.
Kevin, thank you very much for the offer.
Uh-oh.
We're going to go ahead and take Robert's.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Robert. I don't understand it.
We'll explain it to you along the way. Thank you. Thank you.
Take
Appreciate
care.
it very
Bye.
much.
Yeah, there's nothing to understand. It's just a fashion statement, Robert. Okay, but Robert realizes that sometimes stupid products can make a lot of money, and that's the reality of life. Stupid products do make a lot of money sometimes. Now let's jump quickly and check the Rings website. As you can see, they are beautiful rings, and these are definitely fashion statements. They are amazing rings. Amazing, beautiful fashion statement rings. And I'll say maybe that these rings, the advantage is that probably they are much cheaper than an actual metallic ring. That if you cannot notice the difference between these rings and an actual metal ring, gold, silver, etc., probably people would buy them because it's much cheaper than buying an actual silver or gold or other metal rings. You can see, yeah, they are beautiful. They will not, they will never be a replacement as they are trying to pitch for actual engagement or wedding rings. But still, these are a fashion statement. They are beautiful, and check this out. I like them. I like them. I'm not sure if I'd be willing to. I might be willing to buy one of these. They are beautiful. Yeah, I would. I might be willing to buy one of these. It's a fashion statement. They are nice. Yeah, why not? So yeah, but definitely not a replacement for wedding, and definitely the messaging concerning save your finger is not the proper messaging. Thank you very much and see you next time. And please do visit entrepreneurpost.com. That's why I'm making these videos to get a little bit more visits. And of course, check my game. The information about the game and the discount is displayed on this screen. Ciao, see you next time.